people all around you. There's so many opportunities that you never know what one of these lottery tickets is going to get you. So the more active you can be, the better, and the more perspectives and insight you can have that's unique to you and that you've taken the time to curate as original ideas, the more productive you're going to be. So, and that's what this is all about, is spending your time on LinkedIn productively. What is going on, ladies and gentlemen and creatives? Welcome. My name is Andy, and I am so grateful to be talking to you guys today. Today, we have an awesome episode, and it's something that's very vital and relevant to my career recently. And that is the topic of LinkedIn for creatives, how you can use it to accomplish your goals, to make meaningful connections, to land jobs, to land white label opportunities, and to just spend your time on LinkedIn productively so that you're aligning it towards your proper goals and getting done what needs to be done. Because as we know, the time you spend on any social media platform can be done in a right and wrong way. And I'm here to show you what has worked for me. In these past 3 months, so, ending out 2023 and heading into 2024, I've really started to take LinkedIn seriously. And just since I have in the past 3 or so months, roughly, had over 400 connections, about 500 followers, because you can do creator mode and regular mode. So, yeah, I've made great progress. And I think there's a specific way that creatives should approach their LinkedIn strategy to just create the most opportunities you can for yourself. So, without further ado, let's hop on in. The next thing we're going to talk about is profile. I call it de-optimization, and tailoring your profile to be on to check all the boxes and accomplish the goals you want it to accomplish. And to be honest, we're just going to touch on this because there is so much content on there, how you can optimize your LinkedIn profile. This is something you probably heard in college if you went to design school. So we're not going to go super scientific on this. Number one, it starts with a good headshot. You've probably heard that a lot as well. But you don't have to have some kind of fancy AI generated, super smooth Photoshop, beautiful headshot. Just make it of your face and please smile. I don't care how ugly your smile is, just have a good smile and put that on there. That makes such a big difference. And that's kind of a must nowadays. Number two is a clear subtitle with powerful identifiers. We touched on this earlier. Having something that identifies but does not explain. There's a certain job that you want to be hired for, that you want to be known for, put that in the title. If there's a certain characteristic or trait that you embody that you want to be part of your brand, put that in the title. Put what you do and who you are. There's some LinkedIn subtitles that are ridiculously long, and I do not recommend doing that. Try and make it unique to you, but also make it as powerful as you can. Number three is to keep an up-to-date job history. You don't have to go super in-depth on each segment and each time frame of your career and every position that you've held. And to be honest with you, this should be easy. It doesn't take that long. It's something that you can update probably once a year and get away with staying recent. So, unless you're changing jobs more often. Another thing you can do on LinkedIn is you can attach skills and software that you use during that position as experience to that job. So, when employers looked at your profile, they can tell what softwares and areas of creativity you have engaged in at that specific job. Number four is to have your portfolio or your resume as a featured link in your profile. And this is an absolute gem. But you can also have posts that are featured in your LinkedIn profile. And as a creative, this is awesome because say you make a demo reel of all your projects from 2023, all you have to do is post that to your featured section and boom, a recruiter or a creative director or an agency owner can see your projects right at the top of your profile. And it's that easy. Can't recommend that enough. Always have either your portfolio or your most prominent work in the featured section. Another topic I want to touch on is LinkedIn Premium. LinkedIn Premium is, I think, $20 a month if you pay for a year in advance. And I can tell you 100% it is worth it. If you're planning to take LinkedIn seriously to any capacity, I cannot recommend getting LinkedIn Premium enough. You can write it off as a tax purchase, as a tax write-off. If you're currently working at a job, what you can actually do and what I will do when I get hired is to go to my HR department. A lot of companies will actually pay for LinkedIn Premium if you're using it for productive company purposes. So make sure that's a little hack. LinkedIn Premium is 100% worth it. It comes with a lot of features, like you can send messages to people that you haven't connected with, which can be very powerful. If you don't have Premium, you can't message people that haven't connected with you back. So from a cold outreach standpoint, it kind of limits your opportunities. You want to be bold with your messages in the inbox. And I'm going to give you a script of an example that I use with a lot of creative directors and creative professionals that I just want to talk to and learn from. If you don't have the opportunity to even send them a message to even get in their inbox, then it's going to be really hard to make a creative impact and spend your time on LinkedIn in the way that you want. And then one of the last things I want to touch on is a strategy that you can use when you're reaching out to a creative director. Put you guys a hypothetical situation. Say you have your eyes on the studio that's maybe very attached to an industry that you love. You're just interested. You want to learn more. So you go to their company page. When you find a studio that you have interest or some kind of intrigue in working for, go to their company page. Go down a little bit and go to a tab that says people, and you can scroll through all the people that work at that company. Odds are you probably have a mutual connection with one of them. And when you make a connection request, I would always recommend following someone first, maybe a few weeks before connecting with them. And in that time, engage on their post. And then when you reach out, kind of like leaning in for the kiss, when you reach out to make that connection, then they already know who you are, and they're so much more likely to accept that way. I would recommend following someone before you go in for the connection request. Now, what should you be sending in a message for a studio or agency? What should that look like? First of all, never do cold pray and spray. That is the biggest lesson I want you to take away from cold outreach on LinkedIn. It's to never do pray and spray email, because I guarantee you, if you're listening and you're creative, I guarantee you that if you send the same LinkedIn message to two different people in that company, it's exactly the same, and maybe all you swapped out was a name or something like that, those people are going to get it, and they're going to talk about you, okay? Because you just sent the same message to two people who probably see each other every day. So don't do that, okay? Don't do that. I'm sorry, just don't do that. Something that has worked for me, say if it's a creative director that I look up to and maybe want to work for or work with, I've had very good success with this. Hi, my name's Andy. Love your guys' studio. You guys do great work. I'm a young creative. I'm always looking to make connections and surround my profile with people that I look up to. Would love to keep following you and learn more about your journey. And that's it. And if they respond to that message, and they'll obviously accept your connection request because you've been engaging with their post, you've been following them, they know who you are, right? A lot of times they'll respond to that connection request, and that's free reign to just say, hey, would love to have a chat and learn about what you do and learn from you. And if you are forthfront in the fact that there's no perverse incentive behind you just wanting to talk to them, that you're not trying to sell anything, that you're not trying to pitch yourself, and people look up to that, man. Like, people are on LinkedIn to connect with you. I promise you that, especially as a creative, especially as a young creative. LinkedIn is your oyster, and that's what I'm learning. And I'm super stoked and excited to use LinkedIn to grow in 2024. I'm taking it pretty seriously now, and I can't wait to see where 2024 takes us this year. Thank you guys for listening. That's all I have for today. The creative industry is super incredible, and for the longest time, I took for granted the opportunities that were out there, because as creatives, it's so easy to get caught up in your own work. And if you don't document, you don't share, you don't update, then you're just leaving so much on the table in terms of the fulfillment that you can get out of your creative work and creative career. I think as a creative, you can take some of these strategies, and 2024 can be your most impactful and meaningful creative year yet if you use these strategies. So that's all I got for today. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Peace out.